Hey guys, in this video we're going to take a look at, I'm sorry, this is math. I use this for doing math. Alright. In this video we're going to take a look at, there you go, the reference keywords. So let's take a look here. I'll paste some code down below and make the template as usual. Now this approach allows us to treat a simple type like an integer or a double and so on, so that they can be passed by a reference. I will show you more vividly what I mean in a second. Okay? So, first, where it says class program, you will type the following. You're going to type static void, and they're going to type here, we'll call this function 1 this time. You're going to type ref and then inti like this. Okay, so there's the reference keyword, ref. Okay? So this means treat a regular simple type when you pass it by, so that it's passed as if by reference, the way more complicated class types are passed, which we will talk about later. Alright, then you're going to, in like arrays for example, okay, so you can say I here plus equals 8 like this, okay? That's all we're going to do within this body. So this reference stuff allows us to have access to a variable anywhere we like, basically. There you go. So, so this will say I plus equals 8. Now take a look. You're going to say static void and then function2 ref inti. There you go. And this one will call function1. So you'll say here function1 like this. Okay, and then ref I and close out with a semicolon. When you call it, you don't use the data type. You just type ref. Okay. There you go. So these constructs here that I have created are called functions. Okay. So for now, I just want you to be aware of the fact that they exist. We'll talk about them in great depth in the object-oriented programming section. There you go. But you can see they're blocks of code, basically. There's an entry point like this one here, for example, into it. You see? This is how you pass something into it. You operate on it in some fashion, and it produces some output. So a function, in a simplistic sense, is a little machine. Give it input, if it operates on the input, produces output. The way our programs are basically machines. Give them input, they operate on the input, produce output. Alright, so let's take a look. Now, within the body of main, we are going to actually do the calling. So you will take the following steps. Integer x equals 10, and then you'll say here function 2 refx like that. So this here will pass the value of x into function 2. Within the body of function 2, however, we will call function 1. So this will take us up to function 1. Then it will change the value of I here by 8. But this I is really just another way of referring to x. Okay? So that you'll see in this very vividly in a second. Take a look. Next line, console.writeLine. And then the value of x is like that, like this, like that, close that, and then put here x, semicolon, and console.read key. There you go. So remember, read key, you hit a key and it closes. That's how that one works. So this is our relatively easy code. Let's go through it. Now here, this is worth seeing with step into, because it will allow us to see the executions line by line, as you know by now. So notice at first x is 0. Alright, step into main, that's loaded on the call stack. The call stack is where all the methods and so on, the currently running stuff is shown. That's a loose definition. There's also the heap and so on. Okay, so here, take a look. You're going to call function 2, that brings you into that body, and notice there is I, okay, and that's 10. But then you go up to function 1 because we call it within function 2. And now we're going to do this. Look very carefully, right? We'll add a to I. Come back down here, you see this? And come back to main. And now that's been executed. And notice that x has the value 18. So this confirms that this I really does refer to x. Okay? Because look, I changed the value of x all the way up here by treating by essentially renaming x using the letter I instead. So we are passing a value type by reference, meaning we essentially have access to the same memory location everywhere in the program the way we have designed it here. Okay? Remember, simple value types are basically a memory location and a name. When you copy them, for example, when you pass them, it's all done by copy. So data is copied from one place all the way to another. Okay? Whereas here, we are simply passing references to the same locations. Okay, you're changing the references, but the locations, the data stored, and so on, that's, the same place. Just a different name for the same place. And that's it. Of course, now we will print this. And it says the value of x is 18. Very well, we know that by now. We know that 10 plus 8 is 18. So remember, big idea. Even a value type that is normally passed by value can be made, as I've shown you here, using ref.word to be passed by reference, so that you can change its values in multiple places within the program. And the original here also reflects that change immediately because I'm printing x and not I. And that's it. So thanks very much, and I will see you in another video.